This week on Hermitcraft.
Run, Shadowfax. Show us the meaning of haste.
Please hurry! Okay.
I'm getting
Small
there.
hiccup.
I'm a quarter of the way. Welcome to the Hermitcraft recap. My name is Pixelriffs, our writer is LoyXP. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. And if you haven't seen it already, I finally recorded the unboxing video for my batch of Hermitcraft TCG cards. We won't spoil what I got here, but suffice it to say that I'm very happy. I have some card sleeves coming in the mail, and I'll be wandering around trading duplicates if the Hermits ever decide to host a convention. But if you're looking for some Hermitcraft-inspired art, there's something you can get for free, and right now. The Art of Scarland fanzine is a fan-made, fan-run, non-profit zine available right now for download via the link in the description. It features amazing art dedicated to Scar's base on this season and the community's vision of the park, including, among other things, an illustration by our lead writer, who is far too humble to have written this part into the script himself. What's more, with enough interest, the team of organisers will be able to make it into an actual physical release with a whole extra chapter that is in the works right now. Anyway, please blow this up so that they turn it into an actual book, because A, it's confirmed that any profits will go to charity, and B, I want one for my coffee table. And from us here on Recap, to everyone who took part, thank you so much for making this project a reality. You are amazing. The non-IRL news headline for this week is that Decked Out has an official end date. According to our sources, the dungeon will be closing its doors and the final tomes counted on Saturday, December 9th.
December 9th is the last day of Decked Out.
So next time you hear from us, the competition will be over, and presumably when the clock strikes 12, all their trophies will go back to being pumpkins. At which point the players will start their engines for the upcoming Hermitcraft Grand Prix, but we'll hear more about that as we take a look at all the events and mishaps that occurred on the Hermitcraft server this week. Starting with Zedaf, because without an early start, he might as well not be in this race whatsoever.
Oh no!
I'm coming slowly!
No! Oh no, you've done it.
The idea of an easy rider implies the existence of a difficult rider, and dang does Zedaf look like exactly that this week. Let us introduce you to the slowest horse on Hermitcraft. Tip your waiter, he'll be here all week.
Even bad hearts?
It's just a bad horse all round.
Oh.
I called him Morris, but his friends
Morris
call
is
him
perfect.
Slow-Mo, for sure.
Though not the slowest steed possible in the game, Zed's selectively bred snail already takes as long to get backwards through a single block of cobwebs as B-dubs takes to run a lap of the horse track.
5. Now this guy is only 0.008 blocks per second faster than the theoretical slowest ever possible horse.
Needless to say, the Z-advancement to get here has a ridiculous effort to result ratio, but there's one that took a whole entire season. That would be the Hall of All goal, where Zedaf wanted to collect one of everything he can get in Minecraft. So despite Mojang's active updates to the game, that chest pile is now finally finished.
A hole of all has all the hole in the whole thing. Ah!
Let's give Zed a big hand here, or maybe a big leg so he can hopefully move a bit faster. If you brought your fastest horse to Rendog's racetrack, then you've clearly missed the assignment. The Icy Expressway is designed for boat races, and this week Ren is getting the Blue River ready for a 2-day live-streamed event he's calling the Hermitcraft Grand Prix. Before that can go ahead, the racers need to arrive in style through a nether portal with a thematically appropriate tunnel, and a few helpful arrows to show them where to go.
Well, that is true, except in this case, I have done a lot more than I actually wanted to for this episode.
Thanks to some extra armor stand work by Zombie Cleo, they can preview their boats before selecting them from the dispensers, and when they finally reach the home straight, they have fireworks and a podium to celebrate their triumphant return.
Well, I mean, we are both very weird, and then when you put two weird people together at like 10 PM, yeah, this is what happens.
The date of the Grand Prix is yet to be decided, but in the meantime we get a Grand Preview as Ren invites guest Decked Out players in the Little Wooden H-Bomb to join him for a test lap alongside False, Etho, and Good Times with Scar.
Is False ahead again?
I don't know, what am I doing? I'm not doing anything different than just holding up.
You're better than us!
Well, yeah, but that was, you know.
Oh no, I accidentally equipped people.
It goes without saying.
With the end date of Decked Out 2 already set in stone, the race is on to see who can emerge victorious in its final phase. Etho is still one of the favourites, although as he begins his runs for Phase 7, it's clear the dungeon has other ideas.
Whoa! Okay, that's cool. Oh, I had a feeling that was something special.
We get to see Etho entering the Burning Dark for the first time and claim his namesake slab as the first Deep Frost artifact, although he doesn't return from level 4 alive. Despite a fish saving his life at one point, the Deep Frost runs aren't kind to him and he returns to deadly difficulty, which still lives up to its name on some occasions.
Alright, well, that was very close to me.
Oh no!
Hide me, hide me. Ah, I thought I was far enough away.
But he still ends up in the Burning Dark on at least one more run, upon which he discovers, as many players now have, a mysterious door with a barrel nearby. So there is one final mystery to solve, although if Tango's previous track record is anything to go by, it might just contain another Ravager.
It's a fun game, Tango. It has.
I don't want you guys to lose.
You made it really difficult for us,
Despite
okay?
popular belief, I don't want you guys to die all
We're not
the time.
used to the meta, and it's hurting our feelings a lot.
Despite getting kicked pretty hard by the dungeon's denizens, Etho still places second for Phase 7, and we'll see which of his two reputations he lives up to.
I mean, you've got a reputation to live up to if you keep dying on level 1 and 2. I mean,
You know, I got that washed up reputation to live up to as
exactly,
well.
Exactly.
I do what I can here. Oh.
No secret of the dungeon can escape Corrales' giant peepers, especially not once he gets his hands on Pearlescent Moon's map of the area.
Who's
Take a
drawn
little
this?
read.
This looks like a child has been doing this.
Now, if you've ever been to Pearl's actual art streams, you'd feel like the Microsoft Paint aesthetic here is entirely intentional. Or maybe Pearl drew this while being actively headbutted by a Ravager.
Bro, you need to help it because this is not understandable at all. Is it like upside down? Is it like an Australian version? What is this?
Your butt is upside down.
Either how, the squiggly map is as hilarious as it is accurate, and with its help, Corrales miraculously makes it through a full deadly run. Just in time, too. Poor guy was ready to give up at this point.
I did a thing! I am so happy right now. For some, this might be nonsense, but for me...
It was Tuesday.
Azuma Void puts his own spin on the guided tour to the depths, and rightfully so. Being out of the game for a while now, only a custom deck from the Dungeon Master can assure his survival through the Burning Dark.
Block one block, give you 2 treasure, and until block increases, each block blocked gives plus 2 treasure. I think that one lost me a bit, Tango.
But X is determined to show the toughest level to his viewers, which is a tall order given how Wardens blind you basically the moment your Y coordinate flinches.
Wow!
There you go. Welcome to level 4, Asuma.
Oh my god. Right, now what's on level 4? More Wardens?
There's more wardens now. Yeah.
With Cub as his seeing eye, Azuma navigates back, which certainly gives justice to the final decked out level, as well as to Cub's knowledge of the area at this point.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, man, for guiding me.
Yeah. Hope it was enjoyable. Hope it was fun.
And no wonder when he almost exclusively runs Deep Frost for the entire phase now.
We have Bounding Strides now, which was the last sort of uncommon that's always up that we needed. So now we have to basically go Deep Frost all the time in order to get the cards we want, in order to get some rare cards.
Hypnotized is not far behind, keeping his tumbler on the deadly difficulty only, and getting entirely too familiar with Willy the Drowned at this point to see him as a viable threat.
There's no way I'm recklessly charging in here, but I will, sneak jump around.
I'll tell you what's real threatening though, a giant volcano seemingly erupting in your backyard.
It barely fits inside the park.
No, the Hermitcraft server is not running the Cataclysm mod all of a sudden, though you could assume as much from Good Times with Scar's thumbnail for the week. In reality, the airborne lava is all made out of coloured and layered glass, the smoke rising through the sky being but a backdrop to Scar's Adventureland section of his park. And Scar makes it a point to build all the plant life the eruption has not yet burned down, and makes another point on how H-Bomb canonically smuggled an elephant tusk off the server.
And H-Bomb wanted me to break this one piece of tusk so they weren't symmetrical, and that is now lore that H-Bomb, when he came to play Decked Out, wanted it that way.
And still the most mad lad development of the episode is Scar paying 64 diamonds to buy the That's What She Said horn from Cub Fans Museum, twice.
And I had to take a lot of time and think long and hard.
That's what she said!
So, we're just done with phrasing, right? That's not a thing anymore?
And finally, there's Doc M77, and maybe because the neighbour's volcano seems more active these days, but Doc is in his cleanup phase. You can tell because he's dressed as a maid.
The scale is just, you always underestimate the scale of things.
And while Impulse SV has his rap career well underway with the release of a Hermit Fam music video, Doc now has people making metal for him. And we don't just mean his copper farm.
I think I listened to the song 100 times, man. Big shoutouts to F4os.
It is fortunate he has a copper farm though, because he works on some more wall decorations and high-rise apartments to one side of the Hall of Goat, where the ancient people of the perimeter would apparently flex on each other from time to time.
And yeah, the whole area is an area where the more wealthy or the high priest or something like that live, the more, ambitious in society, or the more fortunate, however you want to look at it.
Doc's other achievement this week is guiding H-Bomb through the brutal gauntlet of Decked Out, helping out from a free cam perspective. And technically, some of H gets to the Burning Dark.
Okay, look down, look down.
Jump as soon as the TNT drops.
No! Oh no! No, no!
I can't see a thing! What's happening?
But who watches the Watchman? The Watchman's child, obviously, who is already quite keen to see more Decked Out, so hopefully they'll enjoy the final phase just as much as we will.
Here and there, they're allowed to sit on my lap like for 5 or 10 minutes and watch me play a little bit. Zu Decked Out rüber. Decked Out hat zurzeit geschlossen.
And that's about it for this week's recap. Our writer is LoyXP, and my name is Pixel Riffs. Captions on this video were provided by Liara. Don't forget to leave a like while you're still here, and subscribe so you won't miss future recaps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.